What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Iron Vault podcast. What episode is this?
This is number 5.
Episode number 5. Welcome back. We have been MIA a little bit. If you guys are following us on Instagram or, been checking in on us, a lot of things have been going on behind the scenes with the company and the brand, trying to grow every single day. So I just want to let everyone know that we're not doing episodes because we're lazy. We're not doing episodes as frequently as we like because we have a lot of shit going on that hinders us from getting up here every single day to film something. That's really our biggest problem is with me is I have 100 different things to do, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I really want to film an episode, and then you're up my ass trying to film an episode, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get up there, and then I get up here.
Your laptop broke.
Then my laptop broke, but then I have 600 things to do, and then it's fuck, there's so much to do, so little time in the day. And this is not that this is taking a back burner, but this is something that we're trying to do, to give you guys an insight on what's going on behind the scenes of the company. That's really the goal with this whole podcast. When we started was I want to bring people with dope experiences who are part of the brand or not part of the brand, not teach essentially, but I want to show people inside the company, what's going on, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really where we've been. We got a bunch of, since the last episode, we've expanded New York. We had our biggest apparel drop yet. We're looking at our third location. We're opening 2 more entities as part of the company, part of the brand.
Right.
So there's a lot of things going on. We're working with a bunch of new partners. So just a lot of shit that all happened so fast at once. It's fuck, how do we, okay, podcast, let's wait to do episodes instead of forcing episodes.
Right.
And that's what today's episode is going to be about. It's really going to be about what's going on with the company, the direction of the company, and yeah, pretty much go with it.
Yeah.
We haven't done this in a while, so I hope everything's working.
Yeah.
I see everything's working. And we got new mics.
Right. So, yeah, I guess let's just start it off. Let's go into our last apparel drop because that went really well.
Yeah, so our last apparel drop, we dropped 3 oversized tees. It was called our Warfare 22 line. So basically it was 3 oversized tees, 2 foundation hoodies, 2 foundation crop tops, a pair of joggers, and 2 beanies. And it was our biggest drop yet. The guy who I actually is calling me right now. He texted me 4 times. He wants to come pick up his check. So I told him now he just got to wait. But yeah, that was probably our biggest drop yet. I think our first day of sales, we did the best ever we've ever done in one day. And I think those style drops where it's a bigger version, you're wearing the shirt, the bone, that's the bone oversized tee with the olive on the back and the front. That was to me, that was a drop where it was holy shit. We usually send stuff out to Florida, New Jersey, different places, Kansas City, Nevada, California. But that was the first drop where I was wow, that was.
Yeah, we had shipments all over the place.
Yeah, you handle that. I don't handle that.
It was all over the place. Yeah, for the first couple of days, I'm still ongoing actually of the drop. I was just
it's been a week later,
all day, just
later.
Packaging orders, sending them to the post office. I would do 5 orders, then I'd go upstairs, sit in my bed for a second. All of a sudden I get another notification. Oh, someone else ordered something. Run right back downstairs, package another order, send it out. It went really well, and just want to say thank you to everyone who ordered, and we're gonna continue to come out with really cool shit like that. And see where this apparel line goes.
Yeah, apparel's fun. When because I do all the artwork and stuff. That's one thing a lot of people ask me. They're oh my god, who designs this shit? I do, motherfucker. So when I make this dope stuff and we print it on shirts, it's one of the most rewarding things because then for us, the coolest part about the company is because we physically can't be in every major city right now or every state or, everyone messages oh, you should open up here. All right, so buy a shirt. Maybe we can open one there soon. That's usually what I answer with DMs and stuff. People are oh, you should open up in Texas or you should open up in California. And I'm buy a shirt and I'm that much closer to opening one there. But the shirts are every time I see someone take a picture, when they order a shirt, I really hope that they tag us in it. Right. That's the whole point of the apparel is if we physically can't be in every city, we could most likely have someone who has interacted with the brand or wears a shirt in a gym in a major city.
It's awesome to think that there's somebody right now in California, Ohio, Nebraska, Texas, Florida that's wearing an Iron Vault shirt. Like, that's pretty cool to me, honestly.
It's cool when I get tagged and stuff where people are like will tag us in like someone will be walking through the airport and they'll see like a shirt we have. Like someone's wearing it through the airport. I'm like, that's sick. I like that. That's makes it like kind of worth it. But and I think that like what I try to tell people is the reason why I have like the mentality of like we could take down anyone, or like when someone's like, oh, like look at that place. Like I don't really look at those places because I'm like, none of these apparel companies, like I'm not going to name drop them, but like these like hype beast companies like for the gym and shit. Yeah, they're like really big. The problem is though, they don't have physical brick and mortar locations. Like we have 2, soon 3 gyms, like, and we are like, our clout is getting bigger to the point where our drops are selling out, like thousands of items are selling out. Like that's why I tell people, like, it's not that we're cocky with the way that like we act. It's almost like you see it and you're like, damn, like this needs to take off. When this takes off, if it's already taking off now, like imagine when it like really trends and it really hits and then all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck.
Right.
And that's the problem with this last drop. Like we did the best we could, but it was kind of tough for us to manage everything. Like eventually it's going to be one day where it's like, holy fuck, we just got 600 orders in a day.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to package that all by myself.
That's like the hardest part is like, I remember someone I know, I'm not going to say his name, but he was like, the hardest part about owning a business that is like in that type of like wavelength where it's trending is getting too big too fast. He's like, that's the problem with like, that's like, to me, that's the problem with like a lot of like small restaurants. Like you see like these restaurants that like, they get so big so fast. Like, did I say so small so fast?
No, you said so
big,
too big
too fast. And then they like can't keep up with it. And then the quality of the product drops. And then it's like, oh, this is trash.
Exactly.
And that's the problem with us is like, we don't want to get too big too fast. But at the same time, like the amount of people and like the want and desire for what we're doing is so big that you're going to see like a lot of people trying to emulate it. Like there's a lot of gyms and like a lot of companies that are trying to emulate us. And it's just like,
don't even get me started. I could list at least 5 companies right now that try to copy what we're doing.
Yeah, but it's to me, it's comical because you're like, damn, we're doing something right. Like, I'm not going to say the gym, but, and this is the thing about like when we come out with stuff like apparel, anyone can open a gym, but like when we come out with our own apparel and shit, like the hardest part mentally sometimes is when we come out with something and then like a couple of days later, someone else comes out with something, or a couple of weeks later, you're like it's 2022. We see who's viewing our stories. Like, don't try to hide it. Right. Like facility manager of so-and-so. Like you gotta have a burner account. It's 2022. Find a burner account. Okay, it's too easy to get caught now. You can't hide anymore. Okay, fuckers. So like these people see our stuff and all of a sudden like they post something and they're like, wow, like what do you like more? Which one's coming out soon? It's like fuckers. And then the problem is most of the time like those like the worst part is like when someone with more clout, like a company with more followers or more following, comes out something that we already came out with. Then you're like, motherfucker.
Doing something right.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like we just got to keep doing what we're doing because clearly it's working. But let's get into what was after that?
Well, I think we kind of already like briefly touched on it, but the whole thing with the social media kind of TikTok and whatnot, we kind of started expanding more into that now.
Yeah, I would say that like I remember when I actually was just going through my phone and it popped up like the memories of like the first ever Iron Vault posts and stuff. And I was like, the whole original goal with the gyms, don't throw up.
No, I'm burping.
The whole original goals, like which just sounds weird now saying it, but the original goal with the gym was I wanted to open a gym that was like a studio kind of where it's like you have like the really nice lights and like you can rent the space and like do photo shoots and video shoots and stuff like that because I wanted to be like really social media driven. And then obviously like that idea was like stupid. It was more just like build a dope ass gym that is kind of like that. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, like we kind of like did it the right way because it's such a social media driven gym that the marketing and stuff does it like on its own. Like for us, like we don't work with any influencers. I mean, eventually we'd like to, but like we don't reach out to anyone. Like that's my biggest pet peeve is like we don't chase. Like if you have clout or you're like a big social media like fitness influencer, like you have like this big following and you want to do something with us, you could do something, I mean, with us, but we don't do anything with other people. And like that's like we've stuck to our guns with that through all social media, like all of our TikToks. I mean, it just takes one TikTok to blow up. Like we went we had
87.7 thousand.
Yeah, views, like but that's only one. We've had like 30,000, 20,000, 80,000 like and it only took one Sierra. Video. Yeah, shout out Sierra. She's doing her job. Yep. That's her fucking job. But it's good because like I said, it's something that we always want to do. Like if we can't have a gym and if we can't have a physical location in every single major city, we can have someone in that gym that's wearing a shirt or someone in that gym that's following us or someone in that gym that's heard about us.
It's all about branding.
Yeah, branding is 100% the main idea. But the thing, like you said before, you're like, you see all these places that are so bad at branding. It's not that they're bad at branding. It's that we're really good at branding. That's the difference is like the things we do, like our apparel is never like, this is the thing. Everyone's super personal about certain stuff. They're like, oh, I don't really like that. You're still going to buy it because you still want to wear it. You don't want to be left out. Or like when we come out with a shirt and it doesn't sell as well, it still sells. That's why like sometimes when we come out with something, we're like, oh, that really wasn't a hit. Like the Valentine's Day drop that's coming out. I guarantee not everyone's going to like it, but it's fire enough where people are going to be like, fuck, I really wish I got that back then.
Right.
Which, again, like that's really the whole point. It's branding is very important. Branding leads to social media clout, and it leads to a good following, and it leads to growing as a brand.
100%.
Yeah, and that's why we take pride in the fact that we're about to hit 10K. And like I know so many people that are already at like 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 plus K. But like for us, like that's a big deal because we've worked so hard every single day to try to get to that 10K mark. So when we hit that 10K mark, we'll pretend like it's not a big deal. Like we probably won't even do anything. Like I'll be hyped as fuck. I'll fucking be running around, but we won't like make it a big deal because we don't chase those types of things. Like 10K, when we hit 100K, then I'll be happy.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, it'll be a big deal. But that's why I'm saying that you can't really celebrate the little victories. Like our first, I remember when we hit 100 members in New York, and I was like, wow, that's sick. But then I'm like, fuck, that's not that good. That's why like 10K for us, like 10K, I'm like, damn, 10K, like that's okay. I mean, I'm happy we have 100 members.
Yourself kind of if you
Yeah, you don't want to celebrate the little victories because then you're basically telling the world and telling your social media following, you're like, oh my God, yes, we're so happy. It's like, no, we have bigger dreams. Thank you. Let's fucking take this to the next level.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
So we had a big announcement. Was it last week, I think? We posted on the story that we will be expanding our New York location. So we can probably get more into that.
Yeah, so when I signed the original lease for Scarsdale, I remember the gym was like 4,000. It was like 3,800 square feet. It was like a back room. And when I first walked in, the way, if you've ever been to New York Gym, the way it's like designed is where our doors are at the end of like an access hallway. And through that access hallway, there's two entrances to other businesses. And I remember when I first like walked in, I was like, wow, imagine we had the whole floor. And I mean, like going through the whole process, it was kind of like talking to our building manager or the property manager. We were like, basically like, hey, like we want to be made aware if anything becomes available, we want to take it. Like we'll renegotiate it, we'll do whatever, but just don't put it on the market because we want to take whatever becomes available. So when we started at 4,000 square feet, after a year and not even a year, we took another 4,000 square feet.
Yep.
So it's 8,000 square feet, and now we're about to take the rest of the floor. So basically that announcement was, hey, we just bought the rest of the floor. So now gym's about to be, almost 11,000 square feet.
About.
Which, if you've never been to either one of our gyms, we optimize basically we make everything work the best possible way. And that's what I think a lot of people when they come here or like here or the other gym, they're like, you guys use your space so well. There's really no wasted space. Like if there's a spot, we will figure out what's the best way we won't, Arsenal figure it out with us. Like what's the best way to articulate certain pieces so that everything flows and it's perfect. Like that's the one thing I take pride in when people walk in, they're like, yo, like the flow of this place is awesome. Yeah, because it's important. I've seen so many gyms where shit's just thrown all over the place. It's like, this looks terrible, and there's zero flow.
Right.
So that was a big announcement for us. I think that's going to be a big deal for New York because
And we got a whole bunch of stuff coming, right? We have that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you can go into it.
So, we have a really, really, really. I mean, most of you guys probably listening know we have a really, really good relationship with Arsenal Strength. I mean, Brad. I don't know if Brad's listening, but he called me the other night, like having like an attack, a panic attack, because someone was like shouting them out on Instagram. I was like, don't worry about it. That guy's a loser. But we have a really, really good relationship with them, and we're probably one of their biggest customers. I would say, as a like up and coming or already established company or brand. So we have a bunch of new stuff coming. Like I said, it's not their fault. They take like 30 weeks to make stuff, which is awesome because it's made in America. All their steel is forged here in America.
It's high quality.
It's high quality. And like I said, anyone can buy their shit, but you have to have a really good relationship with them. They told me that there's actually, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to. Basically, if you're a good boy, you get nice things. And like I said, we're probably one of their biggest customers. There's a bunch of gyms that they work with directly that are really, really big name, not necessarily big names where it's like, oh, I know the name of that place, but in the fitness industry, it's a really big deal. And we're right up there with them. And it's super rewarding to, when they repost our stuff or they call me and they're like, hey, we sent you a care package, or like, hey, like we want to do this interview. We want to do that with you. So super rewarding, but a bunch of new stuff coming. I think both gyms have 8 pieces coming. And then once that order comes in, we put another order in. So like every 30 weeks, we try to order something.
Right.
So
it's probably gonna be a little extra too for New York. Right. We have more squat racks, more deadlift platforms.
Yeah. So here we have 4 combos.
More coming. Not
yeah.
right now.
Yeah. More coming. Yeah. More coming. Cause you got to be able to like space things out. Cause like you can't spend like 90 grand a month and be like 90 grand goes out. And then you're like, fuck, we don't get it for 30 weeks. So you got to like be able to kind of like divvy up the, okay, good. You text me back. You said it's okay. Good. Another day. Please, before this episode, actually, this episode's probably going to air. So go buy something so we can recuperate, please. Or whatever's left. I don't really know how much is left.
For the inventory, or the apparel, or?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't done it.
That's your job.
Not anymore. Yeah, so beyond expanding Iron Vault New York, let's also talk about the 2 entities we're introducing to the brand.
Yeah, so
the whole slogan of the gym, like we said in our first podcast, is that Iron Vault is more than a gym, it's a lifestyle. So we're going to continue to expand this brand beyond it being a gym. We don't want to contain ourselves to being just a gym. Obviously, we're doing this podcast. That's pretty obvious if you're watching this. And then in addition to that, we're also coming out with 2 new branches of the brand. So do you want to just talk about that? So I think when we first ever started the brand, so this is kind of important. So I feel like I've touched this in a couple episodes, but when we first ever started the company, when I picked the name, it was like, I don't want to be a gym. I don't want to be fitness. Like there's a bunch of places like Total Fitness or like 24-hour Fitness. I was like, I don't even want to have gym. Like Iron Vault Gym sounds corny. It sounds like you're limiting yourself. So I said, let's just start off Iron Vault. And it obviously still, I mean, to this day, it's really not as bad. When we first opened, we had a lot of people that come in like, oh, what is this place? Is it a bank? No. I remember the best one was someone asked me if it was a donut shop. Donut shop?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's interesting.
So I was like, oh, is it a donut shop? Like, I mean, damn.
Wait, when they walked in, they asked that?
It was before we opened.
I was going to say
it was here, actually. Before anything showed up, the door was open. The bay door was open, and I was like bringing stuff in. And some lady and her husband walking her dog were like, is this a donut shop? I was like, no, it's a gym. Like, oh, okay.
How do you get a donut from?
I don't know. Whatever. But that's like, to me, I really, really like when people do that because then they don't understand. They're like, oh, like, what is it? It's more than a gym. It's super cliche to say, but it's really more than a gym. Like, we want to have different entities of the company. So, like, apparel. Like, I like when maybe people don't know if we're a gym. Maybe there are some people that probably think we're just an apparel company. I love that. Perfect. Great.
Some of my friends at school think we're just a podcast.
Oh, perfect. Really? Yeah. Damn, we only had like 5 episodes. Perfect. I like that. So basically with these 2 entities, what we're going to start is we're going to do Iron Vault Gaming. So we'll have Iron Vault Podcast, we'll have Iron Vault Gaming, and then we're going to start Iron Vault Kilos and Cars. So basically the goal with Iron Vault Gaming is you want to attract more people into the brand that maybe might be into fitness. I mean, a lot of people don't play video games. I mean, there are a lot of people that play video games. Not that they don't work out, but that's a different branch. I mean, I know every single person I know plays video games.
Yep.
So we're going to start like a weekly like stream on YouTube Gaming where everyone who wants to play, maybe we'll get like 4 or 5 guys dropping on Warzone, Apex Legends, Madden, anytime we game. We'll have like a ranking thing for that. I mean, I'll probably host it because I play every single night. But that'd be fun. And then we're going to have Kilos and Cars. So Kilos and Cars is a car club that we're going to start here. So basically it's like community outreach. So we'll have like, we'll invite all the guys who have like Lambos, Porsches, like Ferraris, like have like a big thing. And I think that's going to be cool. It's going to be, like I said, the whole point of the brand is you don't really want to know what it is. Like look at Black Rifle Coffee. Like if they didn't say coffee and it was just Black Rifle Coffee or Black Rifle Company, you would never know because they do a really good job of expanding their horizon and having different entities as a company, you know. And I think that's awesome. Like I saw they posted a video of them. They bought a Tesla Model X, gutted it, and made it into a turret.
I saw that. Was sick.
I was like, I would love to do that and just be like, this is our thing. Like, and it's just, that's really the goal of the company. Is I want people to not know what we are, and that's why like having multiple entities. Like we did like a PR thing on Instagram a couple weeks ago, being like, hey, if you're an extreme sport athlete, like I want to find someone that's a boxer. I want to find someone that's in MMA. I want to find someone that's in BMXing or dirt biking or like skateboarding or surfing because I want to sponsor those guys. Like, so if you guys are listening, you guys are part of that, like hit us up. Just slide in the DMs because I want to try to find those people. I want to try to sponsor you guys. I think that'd be sick.
Yeah, 100%. Going past that, our last topic, the third gym, because a lot of people have been asking about that.
Yeah.
But we're not ready to reveal location just yet, but we do have a lot of things in mind that we could talk about.
Yeah. So I'll tell a story. So when we first ever opened the Scarsdale gym, I was working the counter one time and some guy walked in and he was like looking around. He's like, yeah, I'm going to sign up. I'm like, cool. So I'm trying to get his info and he looks over, he asks me, he's like, hey, is this place a franchise? And I would tell everyone, like, that was the moment I was like, holy fuck. Like, we've done such a good job presenting this place. Or, like, the way that, like, we did such a good job with this little spot, our first spot, that people think we're a franchise. Holy fuck. And, like, went through my mind, and I'm like, damn, like, we could probably do this again. And what I've learned from opening one and then opening another one is you got to take what you learn from one and apply it to the next. So, the first gym, it's very personal to me. It's very personal to us. It's like our home base. There's still a lot of things that happen there that we don't like, or things that operation standpoint that don't make sense. But it's okay though, because it's ours. We live right there. It's okay to manage it. It's easy. Now it's gonna be the biggest one of the two, so that'll be a little harder. But we took what we learned from that one. We applied it to the second one. So now we're here in Sono, and this one we don't really have to be here all the time. Like I maybe come here like once every couple of days, because the way that this one is starting to run, we've taken those kinks out of the chain and like now it runs smoothly. There's still obviously some hiccups with things, which you can't really, it's that's what happens when you have a bunch of moving parts, but it runs easier now than the first one does.
Right.
So the idea with opening a third one is when we get to a point, which I feel like we are like right there, like we're on the tipping point of figuring out the kinks for 1 and 2 to apply to the third one. That's when 100% we're going through. Like we're opening the third one 100%.
Yeah, no,
it's
definitely.
just how efficient can we run the kinks through 1 and 2 to open a third one where we don't have to be there for a month at a time. Like that one can operate almost like we only go there once a year. That's where I'm trying to get to. So that's where it's going to be the deciding factor. Is it, do we open one where I have to be there, or we have to be there and running it, or do we open a third one where like, okay,
we can trust somebody to be down there, operate it, no problems, no bullshitting, no babysitting.
Yeah, and I think they were very close. And we see everyone that messaged us and comments on the TikToks and the Instagrams, and it's really like it's a good stepping stone to see that, because you're like, damn, like we can do it. I think we can do it.
No, 100%.
And I think I've talked to a bunch of people who, not that I look up to, that I see and I'm like, hey, what do you think? And so far, everyone that I've talked to has been like, listen, I give them 2 options and they're like, that's the one. Like that will literally take the company to like a whole new level. It'll be like, okay, yeah, you have New York. okay, you have Connecticut, because I guess, yeah, I get it, you're right there. And then you're going to be like, holy fuck, you have one there? Like, what? Like, that would take the company to a fucking, like, another level.
Right.
Because listen, like I said, anyone can open gyms within like a 15-mile radius of each other. It's fucking easy. Especially when you have no staff. Like, everyone's like, oh, no staff? Like, yeah, he does it by himself. Not us, another place. I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's a 10, 15-minute drive from each other. That's easy. Imagine a fucking flight. That would be sick.
Yep.
That's why, to me, I'm like, that might be the level. Oh, no, sorry. No. My phone has me playing Sonos. But no, I think it's gonna be crazy. I think I see it. Like I said, ever since that guy came in and was like, "Damn, this is a franchise." I'm like, "No, but maybe one day." And I remember saying that to him specifically. I was like, "No, but maybe one day." And I remember being like, "Damn, that'd be crazy to have multiple gyms." And now we're like sitting here. I'm like, that was crazy that I saw that, and I was like, "Damn, there's this random guy just saw it off the street."
It's so nuts to think too how far we've come from that point. When was that? Like the summer of 2019 when we opened?
Yeah, July 2019 we opened.
It's just nuts to see like how much like the whole business and brand's grown since then. Like this past year, like I can't divulge too much information, but this was like the best year Iron Vault has ever had this past year. And it's carrying on to 2022. And then, I think I agree. We're getting really close to a number 3. It's just all about timing, really. Timing and making sure the location's right and making sure that we're fully prepared to take that leap because, like you said, when a gym's not 30 minutes away or 10 minutes away, you got to make sure that whoever's running it is running it properly and that, if something goes wrong, I can't take a flight anywhere.
Yeah, like if there's like now, like something breaks, you're like, okay, I'll run over there and fix it. Like the other night, this fucking music cut out. I was like, all right, yeah, I'll drive up there. I'm like, 45 minutes? Fuck. Now I'm going to be like, fuck, a 3-hour flight, 4-hour flight? Like, shit. But it's just a testament to the brand, honestly. I just think, we're thankful for every single person that buys something or signs up. And I mean, for the most part, what I say is the people, if you're coming here or you're buying something, you see what's happening. Like you see the growth the brand has taken. You're here for a reason. And I think a lot of people see it, and I'm fucking excited to show you guys like basically what the future of the company is. And like I said, I lose sleep. Like last night I was fucking pacing back and forth in New York at 2 a.m. with the lights off. So I was like, this is gonna be fucking crazy. Like looking at it, I'm like, fuck, these people have no idea what's coming. That's like my favorite thing is I see all these people on social media, all these other gym owners, all these gyms, all these companies, they're posting stuff like, oh, we're opening this, and like, oh, look what we got, we're doing this. Like, motherfuckers, like, you have no idea. Like, this is, you think that we have Instagram beef or there's like some beef between both companies or like, oh, they think that they're measuring up to us. I feel bad for them because they have no fucking idea what's coming. Oh, no idea. That's why I hate when people like send me stuff. They're like, yo, look at this guy on Instagram. Like, look what they got. If you're sending me that, you clearly don't know who I am, who we are, and what the fuck's about to happen. So, clip that.
Put that on the Instagram. Okay, so this is going to kind of come out of left field. We had a really good conversation about this with Damien a couple weeks ago. The Metaverse.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? What about a virtual Iron Vault?
So, a couple months ago, I watched like a Gary Vee podcast and I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, like NFTs are fucking hard. Like I still don't understand. Like Gary was talking about like, you gotta like NFTs in the metaverse, like you gotta dive deep and take like 5 hours a day to research or something like that. And I'm like, I don't have that time. But Gary Vee made a really good point. He said when Web 1 came out, it was like, oh, who the hell is going to use the internet to send an email? Or who's going to use the internet to buy something? Like Gary said, he was like, when I was selling wine on the internet, he was like, Gary, people want to touch wine. They want to hold it. Like, people don't want to buy stuff online.
That sounds...
And he was like, boom, it fucking took off. And then he was talking about Web 2. Web 2 came out where you can online date and you can online chat and talk to people. And people were like, dude, Gary, no one wants to talk like that. Like, they want to have face-to-face interaction. And it fucking blew up. Now he's talking about metaverse NFTs. He's like, NFTs are stupid art. Like the art, it's stupid. You own the code, the blockchain. I get it. I understand it. Don't fucking flame me for not getting it. But he made a really good point. He was like, people that think stuff is stupid now are always late. They're always late. And I don't want to be late again. So I've talked to a lot of people. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I've seen a lot of places do it. Like Full Send is doing it right now. Full Send just started. They came out with an NFT where if you have this NFT token, you are going to be able to go to access to their lounges they open across the country. So you have to have this token to go into the lounge. Gary's doing it. He has an NFT token, VFriends, or like you have this token, you can go to one of his restaurants. You have to have the token to go into the restaurant.
Right.
So I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck. Like imagine a fucking NFT token or ticket where you can go to one of our gyms. The problem is you can't half send it. You have to full send it if you want to do that, because then you can't have people paying for money for a membership, but then they also can come to the gym with NFTs. There's got to be like, you either go with it or you don't. And that's the problem. I don't really trust it yet. I don't want to put my whole life into it.
I mean, anything on the internet, you kind of got to be careful with.
I don't trust that yet, but I think it's a really good idea. So going off of that, I was like, damn, like I'm seeing all these people in the metaverse. Again, I don't understand the concept. I've seen the movie Ready Player One too many times. I've watched it a bunch of times. I still don't understand it. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, like these guys are spending millions of billions of dollars on blockchain, like data, like real estate, virtual real estate. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, this guy posting on Instagram that his avatar went to the mall or something like that. And I'm like, damn, like, can you imagine Iron Vault Metaverse? Like a Metaverse Iron Vault where you can send your avatar to the gym. Your avatar works out. Sounds so stupid.
It really does. I don't understand.
Clip this because in like 25 years or 20 years when this shit like becomes a thing, I want everyone to come back and be like, damn, that guy Mike from Iron Vault like fucking knew it. Like imagine your avatar is going to the gym in the metaverse. At the same time, if your avatar is a member of that gym in the metaverse, you can physically go to the gyms. You get it?
Right.
So like it's like if your avatar is a member and you're paying with Ether, whatever the fuck metaverse is paying, Bitcoin or whatever, it's basically like you can go physically to the location.
So what you're kind of saying is that the virtual
it'll
real
happen.
estate,
Whoever does it will be the fucking like whoever opens an iron. I already know one company. I'm telling you, I'm not going to say the name, but I'm telling you this is the type of brand that or gym that will probably try to do it.
So what you're saying is that the NFT and the virtual real estate isn't the main thing that you're focusing on, but you use it to get something in the physical world.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It's like a currency, even the real estate.
It's like you're playing RuneScape, but your RuneScape shit is real money in real life. Like you get something in RuneScape. I haven't played RuneScape. I can't believe I remember that name.
Doing something like that for like the NBA or some shit, like an NFT.
So the
for a
NBA,
ticket.
yep, the NBA, what the NBA is doing is they're going to start courtside tickets or NFTs. So for you to sit at the courtside, you have to have an NFT. Now, I don't understand. Now, again, I'm probably going to get flamed, but there is I think there's a difference between NFTs and Metaverse. They're different things.
Yeah, they are.
Metaverse is its own thing, but NFTs, go back to that. NFTs, yeah. So like again, fuck Gary. He's talking about like, imagine the Bulls, 96 Chicago Bulls had an NFT of the token for one of the tickets from one of their games. Like imagine owning that. Like you own the blockchain of that ticket. Like instead of the physical ticket, you own the blockchain. Like I don't understand it, but all I know is clip what I just said, because in 20 years you're gonna come back and be like, fuck, dude, that was like, why did he not do that? That's what scares me is like
missing out on it.
Yeah.
Because what if it does blow? I mean, it kind of already has blown up with the NFTs. And then I guess actually I have the numbers here. I think they're the metaverse industry, not NFTs. I don't have the numbers on that. But metaverse real estate sales top 500 million and are projected to double in 2022 to $1 billion.
Yeah, fucking crazy, bro. Bored apes and shit. The thing is though, my problem is I don't want to spend money on it. Like I see it and I'm like, wow, like whatever Ether is or whatever. I don't understand but I see it and I'm like, damn, that's so cool, but I don't want to spend that much money on it when I can open at a gym or like buy something for the gym or buy something. Like that's my problem is I am too physical.
I feel like that's something you really get into once you're
Like a millionaire and you have fuck you money.
Yeah, like we see all the celebrities doing it, like
Yeah, they
Steph
got fuck
Curry
you
and
money.
whatnot.
Yeah, Steph Curry's like big into it, but whatever. But it's
Iron
a good
Vault, virtual reality.
it's a good thing to think about because that's the right thought process. But I'm just one day at a time. After we open a third one, maybe we'll do like a fourth metaverse one. Yeah, but no, I just think we're thinking the right way, and I like I said, we appreciate all the people that buy shit because listen, like I kind of say every episode, anyone can open a fucking gym.
100%.
Anyone can open a gym. No one can do what we're doing. There are a lot of people that say like, oh, they're doing it like this. Like, listen, fuckers. We check my Instagram. I don't follow anyone. Everything we do, we move with intent. So like I might say like, yeah, I just did that because like I just say 99% of the time we're just guessing and it just works out. It works out, but like we're moving with fucking intent. Like I don't like when people send me other places like these mom and pop gyms or like, oh, look at this place, what they got, like stuff like that. Like, motherfucker, I'm coming after Lifetime. I don't care about fucking whatever that name is, gym. I care about Lifetime. I'm coming out after Equinox, New York Sports Club. Like those are the places that I want to put them out of business and then buy that place out and put an Iron Vault in there. Like that's what I'm coming after. And I think a lot of people that are familiar, that are part of the brand, they see that and they like that fuck that attitude. And it's just like an overthinking kills type of mindset. Like if you're thinking too hard about that type of stuff, like worrying about like the little guys and mom and pop places, like then we're fucked. Yeah, we're going to get buried, but we don't think like that. And so far it's working.
Oh yeah, like I said, 2021 was the best year we had yet. Stock's only going up. 2022 is already starting out really well, and I'm really excited too where this brand's gonna go and where it's gonna take us. Because so far the results have shown that it can go very far. Yep. I believe in it.
You know, it's a good feeling when you have these fucking white collar types of people walk in, they give you their card and they ask if they could buy your company.
Fuck no.
No, I'm just saying, like when you get someone like that and you know, it tells you you're doing something right, and
oh yeah, but
people we're never selling. Maybe like when I'm like 90, and I like really can't work out anymore, then I'll get rid of it. But that's a long time. So I think it was a good episode. You know, like I said, we didn't really film a lot because, like I said, like what we just went over, everything's been blowing up recently for us. So we're gonna try to keep getting these episodes out. I like the shorter. It was only 37 minutes. So if you guys enjoy that episode, leave a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, turn on the bell notification so you guys get notifications every time you post an episode. If you guys are not following us on Instagram, hit us up on Instagram at iron.vault.
And also, too, if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, whether it's business
huge.
related or like random shit like NFTs, we'll talk about it. Just give us a heads up, DM the Instagram, and that's it. That's all I got.
All right. I'm leaving. I want to go work out.
All right.
See you guys later.
Peace.